In part one of this series of simple trading strategies, we laid out the range phase setup and all the many benefits that come with it, like having the best risk to reward ratio that you'll probably find in trading. Also, it helps you really learn to see price action in general. And most importantly, it's perfect for a beginner trader to get into the market, to learn what to do so that they can start to increase on the sudden. So in this video, we're going to step it up one more level and show you how after the range fade always comes a trend. Let's go deeper. Hey guys, how's it going? JD here. So if you didn't watch part one of the simple trading strategy for beginners with zero experience, I suggest you check that video out first because we're going to build on what we learned in that video. And just as a quick recap, what we learned is that the range fade setup is a great setup for any beginner to jump into the market with because number one, it's simple, right? Number two, it offers a great risk to reward ratio. And number three, it sets up what we're going to talk about in this video, which is trend trading. All right. So I've said this before. I will say it again for people who are new to trading. The market can only do three things. It only can trend up, trend down, or go into the range, which is what we discussed in part one. So if we have identified a range, right, and we've done our range trading, now we've eliminated one of the three possibilities, right? So once you're trading the range and you've had 2-3 wins and you get a breakout of that range now, or even before the breakout comes, right? When you're in the range and it's a clear range, now you know that there's only two things that can happen. Either we're going to break out and trend up, or we're going to break out and trend down. Now, again, every time I say breakout, I have to add a little disclaimer to that. We don't trade breakouts. Remember not to trade the breakout. We wait for a breakout pullback entry to know that that range is truly over and then the new trend is going to start. Okay. And I'm going to go into that when we show some examples. But once we know we have a clear trend, so let's say we've been in a range, it breaks out the top. And so now we're expecting an uptrend to start. So this is actually another benefit that I left off the last video of range fade trading, that once the breakout happens, let me say this, once the breakout pullback happens and it's successful, you now can get in at the beginning of a trend, right? And when you get in at the beginning of a trend, your profit potential is, unlimited, because who knows how long a trend is going to go? We never know. Just like you don't know how long you're going to stay in the range, you don't know how far a trend can run. So if you have the ability to get in at the beginning of a trend, my friends, right? That's a great place to enter the market. And so this is just another benefit that, you can take advantage of by first understanding price action, then second, understanding, range fades and understanding that the market can only do three things. And so now that we've broken out of the range, you now are getting in at the very beginning of a trend. All right. And that is a great place to enter the market. All right. So we're going to go to some charts. All right. And we're going to find a few ranges and then look at what happens after we break out. And then I'm going to show you a few entries to trade, once you break out of the range. So we're going to build on our range fade strategy. And now we're going to go into entering at the beginning of a trend. All right. So this is a great time to like, share, and subscribe. Before we do that, I greatly appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the comments. So let's get into those charts. Let's hit it. Are you tired of feeling like the market is a confusing mystery? Are you tired of going at it alone each and every day? I mean, I understand. I've been there. You know, trading can be a very, very lonely endeavor, you know, because it's not a team sport unless you join a community. All right. So I wanted to let you know that we do have a community. It's called Swing Trading Titans Community. And we focus on one setup, really. We're only looking at one setup. We're trading in the Forex market, and we're also trading in the binary options market. So when you join our community, you will receive trade ideas posted by me and other members of the community. You will also see our markups for the binary options market, where we find our sweet spot. If you've spent any time on my channel, you know that the sweet spot trade is money. It's where it's at, right? So you can see those markups. And so basically we do half the work for you. And it's not just me, it's other members of the community. We're all chipping in, we're all helping out, we're all giving our knowledge and experience so everyone can increase on the sudden. So listen, if you got $10 and an email account, you want to join this community, okay? Because when we post trade ideas, when we post markup ideas, they will come straight to your email. So you have plenty of time to jump to a computer, get to your favorite device, and take high probability setups with the rest of us. All right. So if you are looking and tired of going at it alone, join a community of winning traders and begin to increase on the sudden. Now, back to the video. Okay, guys, in this work study lesson, we're just going to look at a couple of charts. I'm going to put you up on game real quick on this range situation. So when we're in the range, we know now that only two things can happen, right? We only can break out the top or break out the bottom. And so we can get in at the beginning of a trend now. But here's a clue. Here's the thing about ranges. And this isn't 100%. You guys know nothing in trading is 100%. But the more you trade the range, you will notice that this is the case. As a clue to which way we're going to break out, whichever way we trade into the range, normally we'll break out that same direction. It's because the range is kind of just like a pause in a trend. Okay, and so it can be a long pause though. I mean, a range can go for a long time or it could be really short, but it's more of a pause. It's really more of part of the market cycle. Like it's more of a trend down, trend break, retest a new low type of situation. So as a clue to which direction we're going to break out, look at the direction we traded into it. So if we traded down into a range, more than likely we're going to break out the bottom. So as another part of the strategy, what you can do, you don't have to, because the point of a range is to take the bounces, you know, in both directions. But if you want to be conservative, you can take all shorts. So just take this short, take this short, take this short. Because since we traded down in the range, you're expecting prices to break out the bottom. Now, you could, but if you want to just, you know, you want to trade, you still can take this long. You can take this long. All these touches are legit. You can take this long, you know, and put your stops under here. Now, if we're talking futures, if we're talking futures, that's a different ball game, because you see this breakout. If you enter on this candle and put your stop above here and just trail this thing down, putting your stop behind the last high, you know, we got a high, lower high, lower high. If you just trail it, putting your stops behind the lower high in the futures market, I mean, this is like $1,000 trade right here. Right? This is like $1,000 trade. And again, you're expecting to break out the bottom. So you just trail it. You know, you just put your stop behind and trail this thing all the way out. And here you get the breakout. You know, here you wouldn't have got the breakout. Here you wouldn't have got the breakout. Here you wouldn't have got the breakout. This is why we don't trade breakouts, right? We don't enter right here. We don't enter right here. We don't enter right here. We enter at the top. And if you want to try to stay in a trade and ride it to hope you catch the breakout, that's totally different. You know, entering up here off of the top of the range and entering down here is two totally different things. I mean, going short here and going short here is completely different, right? Even though going short right here would have worked. Oh, wrong arrow. You know, it would have worked if you would have went short right here. That would have worked, but it's completely different. You know, what you really want to do, look at the breakout pullback here. Here's breakout pullback. Now going here is okay. Going right here on this candle this is all right. Yeah, that's a breakout pullback entry. Couldn't stay in the range, falling hammer. It's also a high, lower high. That's a beautiful entry. Okay, but just think if you're in futures or Forex and you put your stop here and you got in and just rolled this puppy down. So that's the other benefit of the range. Again, it offers some of the best risk to reward ratios. And since you got this new little clue that whichever way we trade down into it, expect to break out that direction more times than not. It's not 100%. Then if you only take shorts right here, this is 3 solid wins. But if you play them all, this is 2, 4, that's 6 solid wins with a home run at the end. That's a good trading day. that's a good trading day, right? So let's look at another example. Going long. All right, here we are. We're going long, right? So we clearly see that we traded up into the range. So if you only take buys, and you might not have a range drawn yet here, but there, here, you barely got a touch. Then you got to wait for it. Nothing's happening here. You know, you go here, it's kind of choppy, but if your stop is under here, you actually survive all of this. And then if you go here, boom, you catch the home run. Now look, we traded up into it. Again, it's more of a trend up, trend break retest. Okay, so that little range is can be part of the market cycle. Like sometimes you just don't get 2 legs back. Sometimes it goes into a range, and when you're looking at a bigger picture, a bigger time frame. But again, you know, if you just take all the fades, now this one didn't really give you no shorts. You only had one short right here. You only had one short right here. So, but that was a nice high, lower high entry. Boom, worked. You actually may go right here too. And you know, this is a winning trade in every market, Forex, futures, or binary. That's a winner too. But again, the clue, what I want you to learn in this video is that whatever way the market trends up into the range, that's probably the direction it's going to break out. And so if you know you trended up into a range, if you only take buys and you take every buy off the bottom, you're probably going to catch the run. And so again, say we're in futures, my goodness, you enter here on this higher low setup. They got right above the EMA, got right back into the range. You put your stop right here. I mean, you're only risking maybe 4 or 5 points, maybe, but this has to be, this has to be a 30 point run. You know what I mean? And if you get a 20-point run in the futures, ES, 20 times $50, that's $1,000 run right there. Okay, that's $1,000 trade, and I may be way off with that. That looks more like 30 points to me. 1,500. So I'm just, you know, hey, I don't know. You know, I'm not trying to just throw big numbers out there, but anybody who trades futures already know that's a great run, right? You're gonna get paid if you catch this run, and this is why, you know, range fades are so wonderful, especially in the futures market, man. When you got a range in the futures market, it's just easy pickings. You know, you don't have to put your, you know, you got small stops, big goals, right? Big targets, small stops, big targets, small stops, big targets, small stops, big targets. And if you catch that one, right? If you actually do catch the breakout, man, it's off to the races. And again, if not, here's the breakout entry right here. Here's the breakout pullback, pullback, beautiful signal candle. You go right there, you put your stop right here, boom, you can catch it that way too. But the best way to catch it, right, is to already be in it. So if you want to trade, if you want a breakout strategy, for those of you who like breakout strategies, if you want one that works, fade the range right here, stay in it, and be already up 10 pips, be already up 50 pips, be already up 10 points before the breakout even happens. All right. If you take this as a binary options trade, 3 minutes works, 5 minutes works, 10 minutes works, 20 minutes works, 30 minutes works, right? It all works. Range fade trading is the perfect type of trading for new traders. It's simple. It has a high probability. It has a high risk reward ratio. Range fade, people. Don't. Hey, I know you've probably been taught not to trade in the range. That's the industry giving you bad common trading knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Making you scared of one of the best type of strategies you can trade. You know, putting the fear in the market that you want to stay out the range. You know, trend is your best friend, which it is once it starts going, right? But it only happens 20% of the time. Look at this chart. I mean, look at this chart. Up, over, up. Hey, most of this chart is range. You're going to range more than anything else. Take advantage of it. And then it's going to set you up to be in the trend at the beginning. I mean, people, let's put a circle on this. I mean, let's look at this just a little bit closer. Let's look at this a little bit closer. People, this is the absolute beginning of the trend, right? This is the absolute beginning of the trend. So if you want to trade trends and breakouts, start with the range. Start with learning how to box up ranges. Fade the range. If you trade up into it, look to only take longs. If you trade down into it, only take shorts, and you will make good money, have good success, and you probably will start to increase on the sudden. All right. So that's the lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope this little mini series on range fade trading, has really been beneficial to you. Hope you learned something you didn't know. Hey, range fades is where it's at. Don't sleep on the range. You can make money in a range. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for me today. I greatly appreciate you. I greatly appreciate all the comments. Hey, this is a great time to like, share, and hit that like button, and leave your boy a comment if you've enjoyed this series. All right. So I'm going to go. I appreciate everybody. My name is JD. And as always, I wish you increase on the sudden. Bye-bye. If you missed part 1 of Simple Trading Strategies for Beginners, you can check it out right here. My name is JD. And as always, I wish you increase on the sudden. Bye-bye.